everyone. I really miss being with you guys all in the classroom and seeing you all around school. I miss doing our experiments together. For this week, I thought I would share with you a fun idea to learn about force and motion while you're at home. This time of year, we are usually really busy in the science lab learning about force and motion, plants, and animal life cycles. And I'll be sharing other activities you could do at home relating to those topics on my Google Classroom. But for now, I thought I'd bring out one of the student favorite activities, second to slime. I know slime, you all remind me all the time that slime is absolutely the favorite. You've probably all made lots of slime at home. The second favorite thing for you all to be doing is making marble roller coasters and marble sheets. And learning about force and motion. So what I'm gonna do is show you different materials you could use at home to make marble chutes, roller coasters, different tracks. The first item you could use at home to make a track, of course, is what we have in our classroom. I know you're used to seeing these floating around our classrooms. They take up a lot of space. They usually have them stacked on top of things. And they do look like thin gray pool noodles, and they're pretty much the same thing, only they're actually used to insulate pipes under our houses so they don't freeze in the winter. And they sell them at Lowe's and Home Depot. They're not very expensive. They're about $1.50 for something this long. And I cut them in half, so you actually would get twice the length to make a marble chute. And of course they're really flexible, so you can make loop-de-loops, and we tape them up to walls, we tape them on top of books to make hills and valleys. But this is certainly not something you would need to make a racetrack or a marble chute. This is just something that if you happen to have it at home or someone happened to be going to Lowe's, it's a good option, but absolutely not something that you need to have. What I did was come up with other ways that you could make racetracks or marble chutes. It's my neighbor's cat who likes to torment my dog. What I did is I folded paper. So I kind of took paper and I folded it and taped pieces together. And as you can see, you could actually make a great marble chute just using paper and tape. And you could use books to stack up to make the peaks. You could make even paper tents to hold up different peaks so that you could make some peaks and valleys. Another item you can use, they're hot commodities right now, paper towel and toilet paper. Once you are done using the paper towels and toilet paper, you're left with the rolls. The rolls make great marble chutes or racetracks. You can just tape them together. You can even use the toilet paper rolls to make little tunnels between your paper towel rolls that you cut in half. And one more thing, I know my children are a little older, but I still have their Thomas the Tank train set. And I fished them out, and you can, of course, use a train to go down them. Some Matchbox cars work down them, and you can even put a marble to go down one side of them. They work great. When you are making your marble chutes or roller coasters, of course, in the classroom, we use marbles. I didn't happen to have marbles at home. I actually had to go to the classroom to go get the marbles. But there are other items you might have at home that would work just as well. You could use a golf ball. This is a practice golf ball, kind of like a mini wiffle ball. Ping pong balls. Matchbox cars. Here's Rosie, one of the Thomas the train engines. You'd use those, really anything. But when you are making your tracks, Something to remember is that the first hill has to be the steepest, because whatever is going down your track gets its energy from that first hill. That's why when you go to Carowinds, the roller coasters always have the steepest, highest drop is always the first one. That gives the energy to the roller coaster train to continue along and finish up throughout the track. You don't ever see a roller coaster with a second hill that's steeper than the first. So you always need to make sure your first hill is the steepest. The first thing you can do is just make a track. Make a track that maybe has a little hill to start. You could put, say, a marble up on top and put maybe a marble down somewhere in the middle. And what you could see is if you could get that first marble to hit that second marble and transfer its energy, give its energy to that second marble, and see how far that second marble can go. You could set up tracks next to each other and race your siblings, race your parents, whoever you are at home with. The next thing you could do is, of course, get creative. See if you can start a marble at the one end and see if you can get it to go over several different bumps. If you have something flexible that you're using, you can even try to do some loop-de-loops. I really, really miss seeing us all together and being with you in the science classroom, and I really look forward to being back in the classroom as soon as we can and enjoying our time together. But for now, please know I'm thinking about you and I miss you very much, and I hope you are having fun and healthy and safe. I miss you all so much. Show me what yours does.
This week's artist in residence is really a scientist in residence, and his name was Isaac Newton. He was the most influential thinker, perhaps, of all time. He was a mathematician, a physicist, an astronomer, a theologian, and an author. He discovered and explained the concept of gravity and also formulated the foundation for the laws of motion. He studied colored light and prisms. He used his mind to come up with complicated math formulas, and we call this type of math calculus. Many of his ideas were developed when he was in college during his Year of Miracles in 1666. He was a college student at Trinity, and very suddenly they had to close and send all the students home for a while because there was a bad virus going around called the plague. And during this year, he published many of his ideas. He spent a lot of time outside studying nature. He believed that this year of being alone with all this time to think was very important to his studies. It is said that he developed his theory of gravity by watching apples fall from his favorite tree in his backyard. Isaac Newton used both the logical and artistic sides of his mind to truly change the world. How can you use this time to think about the world and make your mark? Go outside. Be inspired by nature around you to think deeply. Write down your thoughts or your questions in a journal. Write in a journal. Draw pictures. Write a song. You may discover more about yourself than anything. Hi, I'm here with my mom. Have you ever met my mom? Have you met my mom? Well, there she is. Hi, Olive and Skittles. Meet Dr. Maggie Campbell.
Hi, Olive. Hi, Skittles. Hi.
They're so glad to finally meet you, even though it's from far away. I'm sure, Skittles at least could fly over to your house and Olive could hop on over if they wanted to. But anyway, there's my neighbor's dog. Okay, so Skittles, you have a question for my mom? Oh, he wants to know.
What is it?
He asked me, why are you called Dr. Maggie Campbell?
Oh, okay. That's a very good question, Skittles. I'm a doctor that takes care of sick people and healthy people. I take care of grown-ups and teenagers. I don't take care of little children. I trained for many years to be somebody that can help people get all better when they're sick. And I work in hospitals and doctors' offices, and I try to make people feel good and get all better.
Oh, Skittles, did you sneeze?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you okay though, right? He's got a little allergies, but he wanted to know what are some things that kids can do to try and just be healthy?
Well, that's a very important question these days. Every child and every grown-up needs to be getting a lot of rest and sleep. So people should not be staying up all night long. You should go to bed and get a good night's sleep. That'll help your body be healthy. And also, you need to eat good food. Lots of vegetables, lots of fruit, mostly vegetables. Those are the best things. And make sure you eat the right amount. Don't eat a lot of junk food, go into, a lot of French fries and nasty stuff that isn't good for you. Eat some home cooking, some good vegetables, get some sleep. Oh, and this is important. Be sure to wash your hands all the time. Wash before you eat and scrub them really good. And if you do those things, you'll be on your way to being a lot healthier.
Okay, and let's see Olive, you have a question? Well, that's a very, very deep question. She's been listening to our lesson today. So we've been talking about science and music and how they relate, because we learned about how Isaac Newton was kind of an artist who also was very scientific. And we know that, you guys don't know this, but a long time ago, my mom actually studied theater and went to college to study theater before she decided to become a doctor. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Mom?
Well, first you have to know what theater is. Theater is acting, directing, music on stage. It could involve being in movies or commercials, all kinds of things that are important to entertainment today, but they're also important to our minds so that we know what the world is like. Acting and theater are very, very important in this world, and along with music. And a lot of times it helps people become better in science, because acting, theater, and music helps us understand the world that we don't know about. It helps us understand other people, other animals, other worlds, how people feel when they're sick, how people feel when they're getting better, how people feel when they're very sad. And all of that helps us in science, because science also helps us learn about the things around us, the people around us. So a lot of doctors I know play in bands, or they act in community theater, or they do videos like this. So a lot of people that work in jobs like being a nurse or a doctor, or a person that runs an ambulance, sometimes those people, when they want to on the side, they're doing something really fun like music and theater. So the two go together, because it really helps you become a very well-rounded, full-brained person, using all parts of your brain, right, left, and all the sides of your brain.
Okay, well, Mom, or Dr. Campbell, I should say, thank you so much for your helpful advice, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I love you.
I love you too. Bye.